we're a little bit behind because we're just a little bit behind. No, we're a little bit behind because your girl here had just gotten back from Phoenix and we got back really early this morning. And when I say really early this morning, meaning like I've been awake since like 2 in the morning. Don't mind me, we're just setting up for the stream here. And I had my stuff all packed away because, yeah, I realized I've still got 4 more mid-month readings to do because in typical tarot and tea fashion, I've always got some element of chaos going somewhere, right? And I had stuff packed away because I was supposed to film these in San Diego when I was in Old Town. Like when I was in downtown San Diego, I was supposed to film those last 4 or do those last 4 lives. But the desk that they had at the place we were staying at, like I couldn't attach my reel to it, my rig, and it had like a glass top and it was reflecting really bad. And I was like, this is not going to work. This is just not going to work. So, yeah, I had to like postpone that. And then we went back home and we were back home for like a day. And then I had to pack up and get ready to drive to Phoenix for the wedding we went to yesterday. No, I did not get married. Okay. Who is spreading that damn rumor? I'm going to I'm gonna come through the camera at you. No, me and Fluff did not get. No, no, we did not get married. No, sir, no, ma'am, we did not get married. That was not us. Um, we went to a wedding. We went to a 1920s Great Gatsby wedding. So I had this little flapper dress on, and Charmaine saw me, so she could tell you all about it. But it was really cute. We had a really good time. The wedding was for a sweet dear friend of mine. I was the funeral director for her son when he passed away, and we've just, some of the families that I service, I stay in contact with long, long, long after the services I've provided to them, and a lot of them are like family to me. So yeah, I went and we had a wonderful time. She got married at the beautiful Villa Sienna in Phoenix, Arizona, and she looked amazing. And I posted a picture of it on Twitter and stuff like that. And for those of you that have me um, on Facebook, I know I don't add too many people on Facebook. I try to keep that one pretty locked down because I gotta have some privacy somewhere. Um, but don't mind me. I'm just trying to open my new tarot deck. It's not even new. I've had this thing for like a year, and I haven't opened it yet because I was probably gonna do an unboxing and I didn't do it. But look at this. I've got the Life is Like a Board Game tarot. So it's like themed after the Monopoly game, and I've had it for a while. And I was like, I should do an unboxing and flip through of this. But if I keep telling myself that I'm gonna do these unboxing and flip throughs, um, I'm gonna have like 500 decks on my shelf that are never opened because it takes forever for me to like be able to sit down and do a flip through. It seems like I have so many videos of flip throughs that are needing to be posted and finished editing. Y'all wanna see a flip through of this real quick? Y'all wanna see? We'll flip through it here. Screw it. I'm here for a good time, not a long time, so we'll just do it when we can, right? Gosh darn. Why do they make these things like fetus proof where I can't get, my kids can open these, but I can't? Alrighty. So there is no little bookie book. I'm telling you, these things like that nobody wants me to open stuff. So. The full card is the go card. How funny. What we got here? The Magician is just the wand. Look how cool. So it's kind of pip deck style. And if you're not familiar, if you're not in the tarot community, you're like, what the hell's a pip deck? A pip deck is a very simplistic tarot deck that is more stylized after like a deck of cards. So you know how in like your playing cards, there is like, you have like, let's say the nine of clubs and it's just nine clubs. We have tarot decks that are like that. If I had one nearby, I would show you where it'll just have four of a specific symbol, meaning the four of whatever. Instead of having the big, huge pictorial like you would see in like the classic red or white or anything like that. So let's see. The Devil's Jail. The Towers of... Okay. We're just going to flip through real quick, so... I mean, why not? So all of the... Yeah, that's not... I mean, I can't even really say this is Pip deck. But it's very simple in the sense of, like, it's done after the little, like, spaces on the Monopoly board. But it actually gives you some keywords to work with. And that's kind of cool. So it'll tell you what it is on the bottom. And cups are in blue because they're water symbols. Damn, that sucks, please. So this will be kind of fun to see. Page, okay, that's a cups too. So I guess they're not color specific. That's kind of cool. Pentacles. I'm just going to flip through it real quick. Reciprocity Avenue. Okay. Watch Me Work Avenue. I try to find new kind of fun decks to do stuff with, and also at the same time I'm hoping in my readings that you guys might also be picking up how to read the cards for yourself. I mean, even if you're not into reading the tarot per se, that when I'm actually doing a reading, you guys can sit there and be like, oh, I see where she's getting that storyline from, or why she's putting the story together this way, or what the prediction might be based off of that. Not always is tarot prediction. Sometimes it is just, hey, this is what's going on and this is what you might want to consider. Sometimes it's prediction and sometimes it's just guidance. I mean, some people I guess could determine that the same way, but alright, so there's the walkthrough on that real quick. I mean, you can always go back later and kind of slow it down, I guess, and walk through it. But yeah, I just wanted to do a little walkthrough and kind of see how it is. So this is the cardstock used on these. I want to say it's that, it's got that woven pattern through it. Let me see if can you pick that up right there where it's got that kind of woven. Hey Jen, hey Charmene. Hey Cassie, I know I'm being lazy and I'm not saying hi to everybody. I apologize, but I wanted to bust that deck open real quick. Get ready, because I was behind. I actually had to move the stream back a few minutes because, or I actually had Fluff do it for me because I was like, I have to take a shower. I started feeling grimy because I hadn't showered since I showered before the wedding. But I didn't shower afterwards, and it's, Phoenix is really humid right now. They're having a lot of storms, and we got to see, like, a beautiful lightning storm on our way home. But it's very humid right now, and then when I got home, it was extremely humid here as well. This shuffles really nicely, by the way. So I just felt icky when I got home, like, that icky, sticky feeling from humidity. And I got lazy and I took a nap when I got home. Fluff went to work, I took a nap. And I woke up and I was like, I'm hungry and I need to like shower and I need to do a bunch of stuff. And so I ended up doing a bunch of stuff and eating and then like procrastinated on the shower. And Fluff was like, I'll just move your stream back a few minutes because I really needed to like wash my hair and all that jazz. Well, I think we've gotten a little array of shuffling in there. I was trying to see if this fanned out. I like certain readings I do, I'll fan out the cards, and this one doesn't, well, for me, it might for somebody else. Let's try that one more time. Yeah, I guess you could kind of fan it out decently. Now with the smaller decks, I can actually do tricks with my hands where I can move the cards in between my fingers and stuff like that. And I've done it as at parties and stuff. Like when people hire me to go do a party, I have tricks and fun gimmicky stuff that I do. But my hands are so small that I can't do it with like this is a standard size. But for something like we're actually going to use the That's So 90s Oracle to go with our uh, Life is like a board game tarot. I want to just say the Monopoly deck, but so we're going to use that because I just thought they kind of went well together. And we've used this one before. But yeah, something like small like this, the handheld stuff, I can flip through my fingers and do some stuff. It's hard with the distance between the camera right here, so I won't do it because I'll end up having cards fly everywhere. But yeah, that's what we got going on today. Alrighty. Now, where is my notebook? So I can keep track of where the fridge I'm at. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing anyway? Everybody doing alright? If you haven't yet, you can hit that like button. Sometimes it helps. Give me a second. I had to go find my notebook. Turn the volume down on that bad boy. Alright, here we go. Let me say some hellos real quick. Got Sandra. Hi, Sandra. We've got Jenna and Jan and Stephanie. Hi, guys. Did I miss anybody? Bud. Hey, Bud. And Miss Shani. Dang, I was real far behind. Dakota. Okay, I think I caught up. At least to the people that are commenting. Hey, Lynn. And Jax. Hey, fam. Okay, so now we can get started. We're going to get started on the juicy stuff, huh? You guys know how we do. If you're familiar with my channel, you know that every Sunday at around 7:30, in this case 7:45 because I was late, p.m. on Sunday night Pacific Standard Time, we do a live all signs reading where I read cards for each individual sign of the zodiac. If these readings for some reason do not resonate with you, and sometimes they might not because these are general and for the collective and they're not specific to any one person, you can also check with your moon and or rising signs, or actually you should be checking with your moon and rising signs regularly as well, and sometimes you get messages from there or they even resonate better. If for some reason they're just not hitting at all, you can always check back on another Sunday stream as those readings might resonate better for you. You can also check with your individual signs that I am kickstarting back up. I know I got like 4 more to film after this, so we will do I think we're on Capricorn. I think it's Saggy, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces that I need to do. I'm just so far behind, guys. This summer's been crazy, but we've been doing a lot. I'm just gonna get one more shuffle in because I feel like I need to. And if you would like to schedule a personal reading with me, the way to do that is listed in the description box below. There is no other way for you to schedule a personal reading. So don't reach out to me on social media in the inboxes because I'm just going to refer you to the way that is listed in the description box, which is through my personal email. That is the only email address that I do scheduling at. So just go ahead and save yourself the time and schedule through there. If you have any questions about readings or anything like that, you can also reach me through there. But for scheduling specific, that is the only way to do it. If you missed this week's live tarot on location, which was at the El Campo Santo Cemetery in Old Town San Diego, that is on my channel under lives if you go through the playlists. But it was interesting. People were like, I see some stuff. Some people were like, I hear some stuff. It was just interesting. A lot of fun. And then also, Fluffy did a live stream with his spirit doll, Victoria. It's the last live stream he's going to do with her because she's going to be rehomed. She's actually going to Amy from What the Paranormal. And we'll see how she does with Amy's beautiful spirit doll collection. And all that and see how well her new home feels for her. But I think Victoria kind of let us know that she wanted to go and visit with Amy and see if that's going to be a permanent home for her. If not, I guess Amy will have to rehome her. But that was his last stream. I think that isn't that the first spirit doll you had? Yeah, that was the one that broke the mold. That was his first spirit doll. She's gonna be going home to Amy, but he wanted to do one more live stream with her. So you can check that out on his channel. And let's get this party started. There was tea this week, wasn't there? Fluff told me there was tea this week. Y'all want some tea? Now I remember what the tea was supposed to be. We haven't had tea in quite a bit. And what I mean by tea is there's usually some form of freaking drama. By the way, this is Aries. This week's current tea. Alright, you drama-seeking motherfuckers. Stop it. Stop coming into people's live streams and being nosy as shit, okay? Stop threatening channel content creators, channel hosts, or anything like that. Stop going in there and being nasty. Shit and go hang out in the crybaby corner. You want to come into my live stream and start that? I will stop my stream. I will make an example of you. And then I will block you. It's not worth it to you to come in here, because this is my hood. And I get gangster in here. I am the Lothario of Tarot, okay? I will blast you here, okay? I don't like to do it, but I will. And I won't give two shits that I do, okay? I try not to be drama. I don't like drama. But if you come in here and you start something, there's going to be something waiting for you. I have never been the type that will just sit there and run my mouth for no freaking reason, okay? I'm usually quiet and I'm very nice and I'm very loving and all that rainbow unicorn fart shit, okay? But when you mess with me, don't start nothing, there won't be nothing, okay? But if you come in here with something, I'm going to give you something back. You want to be the UPS of drama and you want to show up at my doorstep? I'm going to sign for the package and shove it where it belongs, all right? I don't like it, but I will, all right? So, I've had people say you have such and such in your chats. Don't give a fuck who's in my chat. They ain't fucking with you. They're here for me. They ain't here for your ass. They're here for the tarot, all right? Y'all can't get along. That ain't my problem. You got block buttons. You don't have to look at each other's shit, all right? But there are some people that show up, and I know who you are, and I've never seen you in my streams before and things like that, and I know your drama. So here's my warning to you. You're more than welcome to be here, just as everybody is. This is actually a pretty safe place for anyone to be. I accept everybody of every color. I don't care what planet you're from. I don't care what nationality, race, creed, gender, sexual orientation. I don't give a shit. We are all one under God, all right? The only thing I don't take is a nasty, bad attitude, all right? That'll get your ass kicked out of here real quick. Take your ass to the candy ass corner, the crybaby corner, wherever the fuck you belong, and stay there, where people like you will fester on this crap, okay? I don't do it. I don't like it. It ain't my forte. I read tarot and I have a good time, all right? We talk a little shit in here, and that's okay. But we definitely do not treat each other poorly. You want to come over here and spy. You want to do this. You want to come over here and see who's in the chat so you can run your mouth back and forth. I don't give a fuck what the hell you think you're doing. Don't do it here, all right? It's not cool. It's just not cool. And like I said, I don't like starting my streams off with drama and all this crap and everything. But sometimes I make it known. Sometimes I speak up. And if it affects my channel and my people and all that, then I say something. All right? That's the only time. But, I just, and I don't like perverts. Don't come in here hitting on people and making dirty, nasty, provocative shit. That's happened before in the last couple of weeks, and I don't even know where that's coming from. But, um, okay, so did we enjoy the tea? All right, let's move along. Let's get Aries on the board. See, I don't even like sitting in drama very long. Ooh, look at that Nine of Cups. Wishes come true. I like that saying. In the Nine of Cups, that's the one where you see the guy with his arms folded and he's got all the cups behind him and it's like complete fulfillment. So I like that wishes come true place. That's this. I need to frame that. That's cute. Okay. So that's the underlying energy. And that kind of cool. Strength. Page of Cups. Development of affection and creative energy. And the Eight of Cups. Leave it all behind. Okay. So with the Strength card, you could be dealing with the Leo, Aries, but not necessary. Um, that's the big preface for the rest of the reading as the first card drawn. So you've got the Strength card right here, which that is in and of itself, strength. What does that mean to any one person? It could mean empowerment. It could mean your strong points. In other words, it means something that you have flex with. It is a really cute deck, huh? And then Page of Cups. Now, pages are more of the beginning stages of action from a person. So it's kind of our integrity behind something. Pages are usually the beginning, so the kind of juvenile and stuff. But Page of Cups, being that cups are all your emotions. So this is the development of affection and creativity. That's like your interest in something. Sometimes people say that's like a new relationship offering coming forward, things like that. But when you pair that with the Eight of Cups, now in the Eight of Cups, that is, walking away from something, deciding. That's that one where you see the cups, behind the person who's walking away. They're like, you know what, I'm done with this. I need to take my emotions and move along. So what I'm seeing here is you gaining strength to actually know your worth enough to leave behind something that is no longer in your best interest. Okay? And that's what I'm getting from this reading for you, Aries, is right now you're building that strong suit that's going to actually put you in that direction and get you going to leave something that is not, I hate saying doesn't serve you because everything in life serves you. It's like, what is it serving you though? But what it does serve you is something that doesn't provide you with any type of ascension or growth or anything like that. So walking away from just stagnant, old, retired energy. Okay. So let's see what the 90s Oracle has to say. What's that closing little finesse on this reading for you, Aries? Think bigger. Look at them tiny little chiclets. Who remembers these from the 90s? Remember you put like the whole bag in your mouth and it made like this brown colored gum and it didn't taste all that great, but it did at the same time? I used to love these. And like you only got like 10 of these little things in the bag, but they were good. Better than the fruit stripe gum that ran out of flavor after 2 seconds. But think bigger. So if this is like something to do with work, for a specific Aries out there, this might have to do with work. I know that cups are emotions, and sometimes people are like that usually is love, but it's anything that is emotionally driven. So if you're having an emotional time at a job, you know, maybe it's telling you to like walk away from this situation that you're trying to get into or that you are into because something better is out there for you. If this is relationship driven, if this has to do with love, don't worry about it because there is bigger and better things for you. The universe gives you what you ask of it. So it mirrors you. So if you're sitting there going, I really want love, it's going to be like, okay, let me show you that you want love. What it wants you to do is say, I am worthy of, and I have the reciprocational skills for love to come to me and to have good, meaningful relationships. You have to say, I am good enough. You have to start believing that. The universal language is, I give to you what you speak into existence. So when you tell the world, I have a great relationship, and that relationship starts with you. The first relationship and the forever relationship you're in is with yourself. So you're never truly single. You're always in a relationship with yourself. And you can sit there and be like, I am love. I am worthy of an amazing love. And the universe sits there and goes, okay, let me show you more of that. And you start seeing these amazing people and these amazing opportunities and these amazing situations come into fruition and come forward and present themselves to you because um, you've already made that so. That is your belief system. That is your actions. And everything kind of trickles into effect where you're like, hey, I'm saying these things, I know these things, and I'm living my life in this way. So the universe has no decision, but to bring those things forward and to make those things real and tangible. So that's what I'm seeing right here for you, Aries, is, you're gaining your strengths to move past something. And even if you don't feel like 100% certain about it, you're still going to be moving forward with that energy. And that might be the best move for you. But the advice is to definitely think bigger on the subject. Don't stay locked in the energy that's in front of you or the situation that's in front of you. Don't just walk in 2-minute increments, in other words. Know that there is a lot more and everything's so much more vast than you can imagine. All right? If we stop and think about it, like, think about how big the universe is in and of itself. I mean, we're just on one floating rock to bajillions of floating rocks. So let's not take ourselves too seriously out here, right? Taurus, you're next. I just like shuffling this deck. It shuffles so well. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Messages for Taurus. Heavy burdens. Okay. Look at that. A big old clunk of... Let's see what the storyline is real quick. See how many cards that is? I usually don't take those. Balancing act avenue. Okay. So, relieving... Like, you've got a lot of chaos. That's why you have those heavy burdens. You've got a lot on your mind. And that's why I wanted to peek at what that storyline is. Okay, so there we go. It's ready. Underlying energy. Abundant legacy. Okay, so we got some 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. So could be a situation with work or at home, because 10 of Pentacles it's anything that's tangible in your total happiness. So it can mean, your happy life at home, marriage, family, all that. But it can also mean like your jobs too, like your large sum of money, your large sum of money. I don't know why I said it like that. The thing that, brings you in the most money. So it could mean that, but usually it probably means all of the above. Heavy burdens, development of information and conscious. Page of Swords. Okay. And you have the Ace of Cups in the... Okay, so Ace of Cups in the reverse with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse underlying energy. You probably, there's a Taurus out there that's probably going through a divorce or a separation of some sort, or, something's on the brink of ending, if not already begun ending. And now you're kind of sitting there thinking, like, how do I move forward? I've got so much going on, so much chaos as a result of this end. And that's what I'm kind of seeing here. And that's why with the Page of Swords, it's like, Swords, air energy is all of your thought processes. It's everything that happens in the mind and stuff like that. So right here, you're trying to, right where it says development of information and contracts, like, see where I'm getting towards, like, the divorce aspect here. Because this is somebody who's ready to... Swords are always trying to go to an emotional battle. They're always trying to form action through the mind. And that's what you're kind of doing right here, is trying to figure out a game plan of action. And with that Ace of Cups being the ending of something emotional, overflowing of emotions place. But it's when Ace of Cups is in the upright, we always say, like, oh, it's probably a new relationship, or sometimes it can be a new baby, things like that. So what I'm getting here is you're going through a lot as a result of probably a separation of some sort, an ending of a marriage, ending of an emotional tie. It could be a business tie. Very well could be it was something that made you feel really, really amazing at one point and no longer is. Alrighty, let's see. Let us see. Playa. You could have been cheated on. Look at Big Pawns over there. So, did somebody find out? Taurus, did you find out you were cheated on? Were you the one being a cheater and got found out, and now you're kind of stuck dealing with your shit? Alrighty, so let me pull one card for what Taurus should be doing. Did I say Aries? I meant Taurus. Maybe you're dealing with an Aries. What should you do? Confusing illusion place. Okay, so options. Alright, so you had a few options, or options were presented to you. It could be like, somebody showed you that you want to treat me like an option, and I'll show you just how many I have. That type of energy. Advice moving forward for Taurus. You need to kind of hang out and wait and see. You need to wait and see how this is going to play out. Don't make too many actions, because you got Ace of Swords. That's kind of that clarity. You need to kind of wait and see. All right, with that Hangman, it's telling you to hang out and wait. All right. Okay, Taurus. Oh, sounds like you got yourself in a spot there. So, moving along to Gemini. That wonderful sound of shuffled tarot cards. One more for Gemini. Hopefully everybody had an amazing weekend. Got some rest, got some stuff done. Look at that. Ooh, the Tower card. Okay. But you got better things ahead, so that's good. Alright, you two. The Lovers in reverse. 7. Okay. Struggle Avenue with the 5 of Pentacles. Alright. I always see that there's a theme when I read each week, and it's hilarious. Somebody else brought it to my attention too, and it's something I've noticed for quite some time when I do these all signs reading. It's like this week's theme is breakups. This week's theme is emotional struggles. This week's theme is like abundance and breaking ties and things. Like, so this week it seems like everybody's having another one of those upsets with lovers, okay? Right here we have the 5 of Pentacles as an underlying energy, and that's the one where you see like the people outside in the cold in front of the church and all that, and they're struggling. All right, then you have that glorious Tower card that starts you off. So some substantial change, but it's all chaotic change. And I always tell people this is like the tornado that came through the trailer park, right? It's going to tear some shit up down to the bare bones. But you have the 6 of Swords, so better things are ahead. So you're heading into that where you're coming out of some shit. You're heading, you're on the journey to, to better things. Even though this got torn down to nothing, this might have been something that needed to be torn down regardless. And you might have been fighting to keep it when it wasn't yours to be keeping. It was meant to be a place marker, but not a permanent stay. And right here we have the Lovers card, and you have the 7 of Cups in reverse. The 7 of Cups in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot is the one where he's like, there's the gentleman and there's like all these cups, and each one of them has different things in them, and it's like he's standing there like, what do I pick? So choices. So confusing illusions is, what do I do? All right. And that's kind of what, with this Lovers card in reverse, and you having the 7 of Cups is like, what do I do? Like, how do I handle this? Like, this could be, something. Lovers doesn't always have to be romantic relationships, but it can be something that you had a really strong, significant connection to, something you were absolutely passionate about, and it is severing, and you're like, I just don't feel like I have the options, or this isn't an option to me anymore. Something has moved on, or you have moved on, but it's saying like better things are ahead. So even if maybe you had an upset in this relationship or in this situation. And right now it might seem like you don't have any options with it, but it's telling you better things are ahead. It could mean within this relationship, but it can also mean from and beyond this relationship, okay? So, depending on which Gemini we're talking to, if you're, you know, trying to move past something, maybe you had something very substantial happen in this situation, it could mean that you're moving forward from it finally, and it can also mean you're moving onward from it. Just, I know that's kind of like, well, which is it, Jen? It kind of depends which situation you're in. Some people are going to be able to work through something that would break another person or another relationship, all right? So I can't say it's going to be, this is definitively what it is for one or the other. Um, Look at it in the situation that you're in. Is this something that you want to work past? Did what they do really emotionally or psychologically impact you to the point where you don't think you would ever be able to move on? In that case, it's probably the best thing to do is to move forward and beyond this point. Or if this is something where you're like, you know what, I understand what happened, and there is some conclusion that can be gained by forgiveness and counseling or whatever the case may be. If it's not a relationship, maybe moving on by, you know, having a third party come in and kind of help you find resolve and moving forward and gaining strengths from that. That might apply to some. So let's see what the universe wants to give you for a closing advice, Gemini. It says worth the wait, okay? So hear me out. To the Gemini that's going through something that they're trying to work through, you might sit there and think, because you do have that Seven of Cups in the reverse, like maybe there's just no furthering option with this situation and maybe I need to move on. But it's telling you it's worth the wait. So for that certain group, for those certain Geminis, it's telling you keep going. It's worth the wait. Keep trying, keep putting in the effort, because sometimes, you know, even when we're in strong significant relationships or we're in a strong significant bond somehow, you know, we're still humans and we're not perfect. It's just a matter of what you're willing to put the effort towards. And this one for that specific person is saying, or for that specific collective is saying, you know, give it all you've got and just, you know, put in the effort, be honest, and have your integrity. You know, if you think that there's options in this world, the universe presents them stronger to you. And if your option is to move forward, it's going to present that stronger to you, even if that might not be the best for you. Okay? Because sometimes the universe likes to make sure that our integrity is straight. Cancer. What messages do we have for this week for our Cancerian gang? Let's see. One more shuffle in. Alrighty. Cancer. Reciprocity Avenue. The Empress, and so we have the Six of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Empress. But I want to read these because they're so cool. And underlying energy is the Moon, so things may be being hidden. I'll just go ahead and pull that right there. So things kind of being hidden, secrets, you know, underlying, you know, hiding and lurking in the dark energy. Okay. But you got this Empress card here, and it's really hard to pull some shit over the Empress. So Six of Pentacles, so forgiveness. All right, equal give and take, you know, those types of things, you know, coming to an understanding, all those types of vibrations in that regard. Supporter of compassion and intuitive feelings. Okay, so the Queen of Cups, she is, you know, we know the Queen of Cups, she is the one that has her shit straight when it comes to emotions. She understands why things are how they are, what brings them in that direction, what keeps them in that direction, what keeps that flow. She's very understanding. Like if she could write the book, she comes with the instruction manual on emotions, basically. All right. And then you have the Empress card here. And the Empress, when she's with the Queen of Cups, it's like, you know, she can control the world almost. All right. So where stuff, you know, isn't hiding in the dark, needing to come to light, learning somebody's secrets, learning something you might be heading towards learning something you already knew. You know, you might have some energy of, you know, somebody was being shady and now you're learning that and you're like, you know what? I get why you did it, and you're already in the high you're in the high seat on this one where you're like, I already know, I already understood. I'm you know, I'm getting tongue tied with this one because it's like so much certainty. It's like no words, just certainty. And that's what I'm seeing from this is like, I already know. That's just the key phrase right here is I already know. And you've already come to terms with it. You've already come to an understanding with it. You've developed emotionally from it. They're not going to get a reaction out of you. Cancer. They're not going to get what they think they're trying to get out of you. Um, there's no, dare I say, like, if they were trying to get a response, there's no response. You've already come to the conclusion. You already know how you want to handle this. So, oh, there's Mama Chew. Babe, can you turn that one blue for me? Huh? Who? Yeah. Who? Oh, hey, Wolf. It's Wolf and Hans. But if you can, you have to log in on that one. But sorry, I just was going to add a couple more moderators to the channel. So that's what I have, my professional moderator Fluff that handles all my behind the scenes stuff. So he helps me out here. All right, Cancer, let's get you a little bit of fun information from the universe via our 90s oracle here. They actually have the 90s tarot. I need to get that too. Wouldn't that be fun to kind of do like a totally 90s, you know, reading? That would be kind of interesting. Even though, like, I remember like the 80s was the rad thing, you know, that was the retro throwback, was like the 80s stuff, and now it's like 90s. And I'm like, wow, I feel old. I was watching a documentary on Lucille Ball today because I was a huge I Love Lucy fan. And I remember when she passed. I remember seeing it on the news, and I had to remember that I was 5 years old when Lucille Ball passed, and how some people weren't even born when Lucille Ball passed. All right. So it's not the right time. That's probably going to be specific to a certain Cancer out there. I'm getting that's not as general as the rest of the message, but there's a certain Cancer that needs to know, like, the movement that they're making is not at the right time. That probably has to do with that moon energy. So maybe it's telling you to kind of hold back, even though you know everything. Maybe it's like, don't make your move. Don't make your move just yet. I want to pull one more because I know that one needed to come out for a reason, but I'm hoping for a more general. And also, think bigger. This one, you seem to be the heavy hitter. You've come out twice tonight. So that's what I have for you, Cancer. A quick message for you this week to the specific Cancers that are probably going through some real serious shit. Alright? Leo's next. Somebody asked me how come my Sunday, I don't do a lot of clarifying on my Sunday readings. And I said, oh, these are just, you know, a time for me to kind of hang out with everybody in the live stream a little bit and just get some basic info. And you're supposed to use this with your monthly reading and stuff like that. It's just like some narrowed down energy, and that's why they're not too broad, because if I had them too broad, then that would counteract with other stuff. So I try to keep these a little more narrowed down and just have them be a filler. And for some people, it really is that little bit of guidance that helps them where they might have had they just came into a recent struggle within the last couple days or anything like that. Or you never had those moments where you're like, man, I just wish I had a sign to tell me what to do. Just something, a little something. And sometimes these are what help with that. So, Leo, what messages do we have for Leo this week? There's one. Alright, so we got the Fool card. And the Fool card is synonymous with like new beginnings and cleared energy, and he's just kind of like wiped the slate clean, and just being like, fuck it, here we go. That's his mentality. Not always a bad thing. Like, the Fool's a very important card in the tarot. That's why it's the first card in the tarot. Alright, and our underlying energy. Tower in reverse. So something's still going on. It hasn't come to a complete end here with that Tower in reverse. Alright, so you're still going through the motion, but you're like, you know what? Fuck it, here we go. With that full energy. So, Messenger of Slow and Steady, you got the Knight of Pentacles. So you're like, fuck it, I'm going to keep going. And then Development of News. Okay, so you got the Page of Wands. Alright. So there's some hot fire news coming. And you're like, you know what? I'm just going to be ready for it. I don't give a shit if the tornado's still coming. I'm making popcorn. I'm ready for it. That's the kind of... who said Leo suck? Who? Well, some Leos suck, and some Leos blow, and some Leos laugh, and some Leos peace standing up, and all kinds of stuff. So what's your point? I mean, some of them are really cool. I know some really cool Leos. I know some shitty ones, but that goes with any sign in the zodiac. Assholes come in all shapes and forms. So, huh? Oh, are we going live tonight, Matt? Okay. Okay, I'll be ready. Just let me finish up this business. So that's what I'm seeing is, Leo, that we've got you're going through some shit, but you're like, you know what? When Leo has never been one to sit down when they've gone through shit. They're always like, oh, well, all right. They're the lions of the zodiac. They roar and they continue onward because, they gotta maintain their portion of the ecosystem. So right here, you're just like, you know what? I know that bad shit's going on, but I heard if I keep going, I can get to something better. And that's where I see you heading towards, Leo. So let's get you your message moving forward, or your, not message moving forward, but your underlying guidance, or whatever I try to call these. Call them the fortune cookies, is what I call them. So you have the knot. So things are not exactly as they seem. All right. There's a little trickster move here. So you might be finding out that this isn't as bad as it was. You might be finding out that what you're trying to head towards may not have been what it seemed. Let's get one more. What does that not mean? Trust your intuition, homie. Oh my god, you guys remember Ask Xandar? I had this game. It was like my favorite freaking game. You waved your hand over it and gave you a fortune. It was awesome. So you need to trust your intuition more. If you feel like something's a lie, it's probably a lie. If it smells like shit, it usually is shit, right? So don't believe, consider your sources is all I'm going to say. All right. That's all I'm going to say on that one is consider your sources. Cause with this, Knight of Pentacles, yes, it's grounding energy and everything, but make sure that it is what you anticipate it to be. All right. Oh. Looks like we're going to have to host a birthday stream. Oh. So, I understand there's a birthday coming. Huh? Oh, happy birthday Tuesday. Happy birthday Wednesday. Looks like we're going to have to host a little birthday stream on Tuesday then, huh? Alrighty. Virgo. Messages for Virgo. Messages. You guys want to see something hilarious? Okay, Fluff made fun of me for this, alright? And he's a Virgo, so we're going to stop his reading. Look what I got! I got tiny hands. I'm going to do readings with tiny hands. If I can. I'm gonna play Jenga with these. I used them to like grab Fluff's boobies one day. Don't do that. Don't just randomly go up with tiny hands grabbing people's boobies. I'm actually with him, so I can do this stuff. But it made him laugh, even though he wasn't like, he didn't think it was funny. But then he laughed, and it was really funny at that point. But yeah, I was like, he goes, I know you did not just buy tiny hands, and I was like, oh, I bought tiny, and like not just any, like the real tiny hands, like the ones from that say tiny hands on the box. And I was like, I'm gonna do like little terror. I'm always doing something weird and random. So, I magic show. Yeah, okay. It was funny. Laugh. He's not laughing. He didn't think it's funny anymore. One more for Virgo. Let's see what's going on for Virgo this week. Does it say tiny hats? We got that Ten of Cups in reverse. The Empress. And the Three of Swords in reverse. King of Cups. Your overlying energy. Trying to keep things in that emotional maturity aspect, okay? I don't think this is you, Virgo. I think that you are going to be there for someone that's going through some shit. All right? Somebody is going through some shit right now. And I think you have the insight of how to help them. Normally I'm like, hey, this is what's going on in your world, but you have the Ten of Cups in the reverse, so where it's like completely happily fulfilled, it's in the reverse, and then you've got this Empress card and this Three of Swords in the reverse. So what I'm seeing here with this King of Cups overlying energy is there's somebody who's going through some shit in your world, Virgo, and you need to be there for them. All right? Because right here where they're going through that grief and loss, like you having that insight actually helps provide them with the ability to get over it easier. Like maybe it might be a female in your world, and you know, if you're a male, it might be that you're able to provide that male insight, you know, and vice versa. If it's a family member, maybe they're like, hey, you know, you're somebody that, you know, I trust very much, and I need some guidance right now. You know, this might be a person, a friend, a family member, somebody really close to you that's like they're hurting right now. They're very much hurting, and they're not able to express that to any other person. And I think what they need to is express it to you. That's what I'm seeing from this reading. I'm not getting that it's your energy at all. If it is to a certain specific Virgo that's going through some shit, what I'm seeing here is you might need to rely on somebody. Okay? That's what I'm seeing if it's you. But if you're like, no, I'm not even with anybody, so I don't really need to, you know, have support if I'm not with somebody, you might need to be supporting somebody else. That's might be what it is. So let's get an oracle card for some guidance. And it says surprise. Look at, you guys remember pound puppies? I'm not that old, right? Somebody remembers these. Where it was this dog that you stuffed with the baby dogs, and it would give birth. Like you would dig them out of the stomach. It was hilarious, but like, were those pound puppies? I think they were, weren't they? But there was a dog that gave birth, and that's what these were. You stuck them in the stomach pouch and all that. It was hilarious. I had like 2 of them. All right, let me get one more surprise. What surprise? I actually gave 2 more. Let's take them both. Take a chill pill and scrub. So you definitely are going to be helping. For the one that's going to be helping, it's like you're going to tell this person, like, you're going to be their emotional support right now. For some reason, they're really relying on you, but, you know, they're going to look to you in that sense of, like, that's why I said there's going to be, if it's a female friend, she's probably going to be like, look, there are good guys out there. I have a really good guy friend. I have this good guy relative, and he reminds me that, not all guys are dicks and wanting to, fuck everything that walks, okay? Like, that's, not all guys have that cognizant of, just, okay, wham bam, thank you ma'am, that type of energy. Like, they're relying on you, almost relying on you to provide that. And what? Why are you laughing?
Jenna, she's like, Jen, you and I should be close in age. She's like, yeah, I'm 78. I'm like, Jenna.
I'm 150, dude. I'll be 151 next year. But that's what I'm seeing. And to the Virgo that this situation implies to, and you need to reach out and get some help from you got to call up your homies and get some guidance. You're going to be surprised at how well they are able to help you out in coming out of this energy. Okay. And that's the thing, is like, because you haven't reached out and you haven't, looked to that guidance from somebody, like, you've really been festering in this on your own and thinking like, nobody can help me, I really got to deal with this on my own. And this one is going to be like, no, you need to come out and you need to have a good time. Hey, maybe to that certain Virgo out there, you can go out and be trashy for a weekend and have a great time. Sometimes that's necessary. All right. There ain't no prudes in this school. So, sometimes we go out, you put your fuckum dress on and you have a great time. All right. And then you go home and you say your 19 Hail Marys and you're good for the week. But that might be the case that applies to a certain Virgo out there. I don't know. But if it does, have fun and make sure you get the dress dry cleaned afterwards, okay? So, Libra. Moving along to our wonderful Libra gang. Now, we don't want no Monica Lewinsky dresses. No evidence of the night before, okay? Libra, Libra, Libra. And yes, I do my damnedest to make everybody laugh. Take what I say seriously, don't take it serious at all. I don't care. But to the few out there that this might just make you smile through a hard time, then I did my job, didn't I? Hell, I almost stopped a fight at a wedding yesterday just by sitting there looking cool. I'm like, don't worry about it, sister. That woman ain't shit. And we sat there and we laughed about it. It was a great time. Fluff can tell you. La 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 Libra. One more for Libra. Okay, it said that was it, so we'll stop. The deck said no. Tra-la-la. One more. Here we go. And underlying energy. The High Priestess in reverse. Okay. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Six of Cups in the upright. So, Ace of Pentacles is like a new beginning in the stability range. Sometimes it can mean new jobs. Sometimes it can mean a new stable relationship. So if you're already in a relationship, sometimes when you get the Ace of Pentacles, it can represent taking the next step. So from being just boyfriend, girlfriend, maybe it means engagement. From being engaged, it means like, now I'm going to be taking that leap and going into marriage, da 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 da. You see what I mean? When it is in the reverse, it's like something isn't as stable. I'm not getting what I thought I was going to get out of this. Like, in the beginning, it was more stable, and now it's proved to be quite the opposite. So, you have that coming into the King of Pentacles in reverse. So, some king was full of shit. All right, that's what I'm seeing. This could be somebody who lost their job, also. And that's what I'm seeing right here, because you have the King of Pentacles next to it. It can literally mean like, you were on top of your game, you were financially gaining and very, very stable. You had the 2 cars, the 5-bedroom house, and the vacation fund and the timeshare and all that, and losing your job. Now you're like, fudge, how do I pay for my life? Okay. And then you got the Six of Cups, and that's usually nostalgic energy. That's why it's got nostalgia plays. That is usually depicted as some kids playing around in a yard and stuff like that with the parents watching it. Like just those home good memories. And what I'm seeing here is now you're trying to think backwards and not forward. You're like, where can I gain, like, how do I go backwards and figure out, like, how do I gain, creed with certain components of my previous job aspect. So if you owned your own company or anything like that and things were failing, you might be trying to take leaps backwards, trying to contact old clients, that type of energy. That's what I mean. Now, for those that were in a stable relationship with somebody, right now, like you might have done something stupid and divorced somebody, broke up with them, and they were like good people. They were that stable energy. They were what you needed, but hey, maybe they weren't as fun as you wanted to be, and you wanted to be the person that went out every weekend and they didn't. Now you're on your own and you're single and you're all that energy right there with that high priestess in reverse. You didn't quite predict your future that well now, did you? And now you're kind of like, oh shit, damn, I shouldn't have done that. All right, and that's what I mean by if you broke up with somebody, you're thinking like, oh, that really was my boo thing, and I fucked it up. Okay, that's what I'm seeing there. That is what I'm seeing right there for Libra. In all your stubborn energy, you probably would do something like that, Libra. And I know I can talk about Libras. My daughter is one. And she's more stubborn than a Capricorn. And I know that because I'm a Capricorn. Without a doubt. So, you know what? You're doubting. There is some doubts in here. There's some doubt energy. And it might be telling you to take that doubt out of the situation. But it could mean without a doubt you screwed up too. Not the right time. Probably why you're thinking backwards a whole lot. It's not going to really, I can tell that there is not going to be any type of sincere guidance on this situation. Mostly because, Libra, it's wanting you to know that you need to go through this to learn. You need to learn the consequence. You need to learn a lot from this situation. So there's not going to be a whole lot of guidance because it's really saying you're going to fester and marinate in this shit right here. So I'm going to leave that alone because I know when the tarot tells me to not dig too hard. What? Oh, Gypsy. Hi, Gypsy Lola.
She's like, I have 2 Libra daughters and a Libra mom. My Pisces ass can't be dealing sometimes.
If she's a Pisces and you're dealing with a whole shitload of Libra, damn, girl, you need a vacation. Ass would be fucking gone. I'd be like, nope. I love my Libra is my little mini me, but oh god, can I butt heads with it? She can be a very big sweetheart. I always tell her she has a heart of gold, and she really, really does. But when she's pissed off, she gets real stubborn in like weird ways. Like if she's having a pity party, you can't pull her out of the pity party. Like she will find every avenue to stay in it, is what I mean. Like she will sit there and be like, no, people don't like me because of this or blah blah blah, and I'm like, who cares why they don't like, fuck them, like why are they important? And she kind of like festers in that energy, and I'm like, no, I need to do her natal chart because I need to know what her moon sign is, because she's a Libra in some regards, but she might have some like Piscean energy in her chart because she can be very emotional sometimes. But she's very hidden in her emotions, if that makes sense. Alrighty. Scorpio. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. The Empress in reverse. Okay. The Lovers in reverse. Oh boy, Scorpio, what'd you do this time? Scorpio is always doing something, damn it. I'm teasing. Mentally stuck. 8 of Swords. What? Are you having emotional problems with your lover this week? Provider of security. Okay. To the Scorpio that's having issues with their significant other. Okay. Reach out to that friend that you usually reach out to. Talk to them. You're staying stuck in this energy, and you don't need to stay stuck in this energy. It's not as bad as it seems. Okay. The reason that you're so, dare I say, the reason that you feel so confounded in this stuff is because you don't let yourself get out of this situation. This is why some people, when they live with just their partner, and they don't have like a whole lot of family and friends nearby, um, or they're choosing not to really hang out with the or with friends or anything a whole lot. Building that situation with your significant other where you are their only support and you're really only hanging out with them, that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody. All right, that is a lot to put on your lover. That is a lot to put on a friend, if this is a friend situation or anything like that. This is a lot to put on somebody where it's like, I'm your only friend, I'm your only conversation you have outside of, social media. That's a lot to put on somebody. You do need to have friends outside of your lover. All right. Good night, Sandra. Thanks for stopping by, sis. You're awesome. But you gotta reach out and go do things. Fill your own cup, if you will, because if you're relying on your significant other, your friend, whatever situation this may be, if you're relying on them to fill your cup all the time, and if they don't have enough in their cup, how the fuck are they gonna fill yours? That situation. Um, so make sure that you're handling you, okay? And that needs to go for both areas of the partnership. Them and you. They also need to have somebody that they reach out to, and like I always tell people, you need to be each other's biggest supporter. But it's hard to support someone that every time they take a shit because you're the only person they talk to. Like they don't have anything outside of you. It's not fun. It's not fun anymore. You can't like I tell Fluff, there was a point where Fluff and me were around each other so fucking much that I was like, dude, you need friends. Like, go talk to your friends, okay? Like, I need to sit here in my space, all right? Like, get out my space for like an hour. And he'd call PLE, and they'd sit there and they'd talk about shit boys talk about. I don't know, farts and giggles. I don't know. But I was like, you need to breathe outside of the relationship. Now, everybody's like, oh, that's my perfect partner. And it's like, no, you are both people still. You are allowed to have relationships, friendships, whatever. I don't mean romantic relationships. I mean, hey, if you're a swinger and you're into that shit, then go for it. But you need to have platonic relationships outside of your romantic relationship, so you are well rounded and well fed. Make sure that your hobbies and your interests are, you know, empowering you. So if you're an artist of some sort, make sure you're doing your art. Excuse me. Hold on. Sorry. The Rona came up for a minute. It wanted to talk. Either that or my throat chakra told me to shut the fuck up again. But anyway, um, it you really need to like make sure that you are having these where your interests, your intellects, everything are met. All right, and to put that on one person is very, dare I say, it's selfish. Okay, so to the Scorpio that's feeling stuck, whether it's confound or recluse or anything like that, reaching out to that person that is there for you, loves you, cares for you no matter what, it's probably a good thing right now. It's going to make you feel less stuck in the situationship that you're in, okay? And that's kind of what I'm feeling. Whether it's just like, hey, I'm butting heads and, with my lover and or my friend or whatever the situationship is, and I just need to like laugh for a few minutes. And, sometimes we can feel like shit that we have to go to somebody else to deal with our partner. It's normal. It totally is normal, and there's nothing wrong with it. Um, because we're all people, and you know, we're not perfect, and I don't think I'd want to meet someone who thought they were perfect, you know? I mean, I probably have, but I wouldn't want to hang out with them for very long, you know? I'd be like, all right, Mr. Hot Shit over there, just stay in your corner. I'll stay over here with the rest of the real people that like to drink and run red lights. You know, that type of energy. Not that I do that, but it's kind of the facade I put through life is like, ah, fuck it, let's just run the red light and get where we're going. Not, you know, that's not literally how I am. I actually drive very carefully just for the people who think I'm, you know, oh my god, Jen runs red lights and drinks and she's a horrible person. No, that's not true. I'm actually a real cautious driver. You can ask Fluff. Huh. I'm an old granny when I drive. No, I'm not, but I live in California. You can't be a granny and drive out here. But back to the Scorpio reading. So that's what I'm kind of getting from you, Scorpio, is you need to reach out to your people so that you can have that emotional, you can get your emotional bearings about the situation that you're feeling right now and get that back in line and feel better about it so you can better assess it and come back to it and smile and laugh at your partner again, like, and have good times. Yeah, this year, okay? This is the year for you to get yourself together, all right, and not feel so mentally stuck. Like, if advice is given to you, take the fucking advice, all right? Just be taking that fucking advice. Um, there's a specific Scorpio that might be looking into marriage within this year, all right? Marriage might be on the table for you this year. There's a lot that's going to go into that marriage, and you're like, should I, shouldn't I? You know, get some marriage counseling. Talk to some of your friends. Be like, this is, you know, should I do this? Like, what does this mean for me? But the ones that are emotionally strong, maybe the ones that are like, you know, more stable minded, you know, rely on them. Don't go to like your friend that like sleeps around and, you know, lives like the more Las Vegas-y concept of life, you know. No offense to anybody that lives in Vegas, but we all know what the commercializational thought of Vegas is, so that's what I mean. All right, Scorpio. Hopefully some of that shit made sense. But let's move along to our wonderful Sagittarius gang. One for the Saggy. Two for the Saggy. Three for Saggy. Justice. Okay, we'll take it. Grief and sorrow. Well, darn, Saggy. Those came out together. We'll take what?
You have a new supporter.
Who do I have?
Face down tragedy. New year.
Well, hello, Face Down Tragedy. Welcome to this stream. Hopefully, we'll have you a face up happiness. Okay, Saggy. We got Justice, the Three of Swords, and that's that one with the heart and the three swords through it. That's what that one is, okay? And we have the Hangman in reverse and the Death card. All right, underlying energy is strength. So, movement. Okay, we got a cycle going here. Something just happened. A judgment call was made, or a judgment call might need to be made. You've got some grief. You've got something that really impacted your heart in a really substantial way. And we got to recognize that pain. And that's what we're doing, right? There's my handsome pineapple. How come nobody told me my pineapple was here? Oh, I wasn't paying attention? I'm sorry. That's typical Jen, you know, reading her cards and all. But with the Hanged Man And the death card combined energy, what I'm seeing is movement because the cycle's continuing. Death is just rebirth. It's change. Okay, just like the tower card is an element of change. It's a huge element of change. Um, that one's more of chaotic energy. This one is more of cycle energy. So we've got the cycle energy coming, and with the hangman, it's finally happening. Okay, it was something that was a little kind of stagnant. Maybe you were staying in the death cycle, the ending cycle for too long. Now we're moving forward into a more understanding cycle, the new beginning part. So for the person that had experienced great loss, and that's what I'm seeing is the great loss, this might actually have been a death. All right. For the person that's going through the cycle of loss of somebody, a loved one or whatever, in the sense of like they are no longer with us, um, this might have been something where you're looking for resolve and you're finally heading into that resolve. But I am getting for a certain specific Sagittarius is this person may have been murdered. This person might have had an accident occurred as to why that death is occurring, and you might be getting some resolve in that, okay? But it's just stay strong right now, okay? Like gather your strength because then it's coming, all right? To the person that's experiencing heartache, from a love interest or anything like that in that situationship, it had to happen, all right? It had to happen for whatever reason. This had to happen for you. It didn't happen to you, it's happening for you. The reason for that is it is going to be a test that you're going to be taking that lesson forward in life, in your new beginning. And does that suck? Yes. Pain always sucks. No shit. Um, but growth doesn't happen without pain. Growth doesn't happen without stretch. Gains don't happen without a lot of hard work. And sometimes that hard work can be painful. Sometimes that hard work can mean disappointment after disappointment. And that's kind of what I'm seeing right here. So let's see what our wonderful 90s Oracle has to say about all this. Only trying to get you to the crib to hit it. Okay, so there is a specific Sagittarius out there that's dealing with heartache. And your new cycle does not mean you need to go out and play nasty nasty with every fucking buddy. But to some people, it might mean don't try to get into a new relationship. Maybe it's telling you to play the field. Maybe it's telling you to be a little trashy. But there's a few out there that don't just break up with people and cause this chaos in your life so you can go fuck everybody. All right, that's somebody needed to hear that. But there is that specific Sagittarius that needs to realize this shit's happening because this person isn't serious about you. All right, they weren't serious about you, and that's why you're going through so much heartache over this, and you have to come to the realization that this person is not serious about you. They weren't as committed as you would like them to be. All right. All right. What did Jenna have a question about?
Sis, do you do your own card readings?
I absolutely do. For myself, you mean? Do I read for myself? Is that what you mean, or do I do like card readings for others, like real ones? Because I do my own card readings, but I don't read for myself. I do not read for myself, and I'll tell you why. First off, it's ego. Your mind automatically wants to see what it wants to see, and it wants to have the resolve that it wants, and it's going to look for that, and it's going to cloud it. There is a lot of tarot readers out there that are like, I pull cards for myself daily, and hey, to each their own. But I would suggest Oracle, to pull one daily Oracle for just a specific message or energy, not message, but like an energy, versus like trying to do a 3-card reading or something like that for yourself, because you also will hold on to the cards of your, and try to find a way into those cards, trying to find meaning into them, trying to apply your situation to them, and it may not, or it may not apply that way. I used to go get card readings a lot when I was younger.
She meant, is it hard to do because you're a Capricorn?
Because of what?
She says, but reading for Capricorns is it hard to do because you know it's
No, I
yours.
can drop my ego completely for Capricorns, like in general, because I don't let my mind necessarily think that it applies to me. I don't put my energy into it. I just read it for what it says versus like trying to put my own situation and energy into it. I literally just read the three meanings and put them together when it comes to Capricorn. And if something pops into my head, I spew it out. But and I kind of do that for any of them, but I don't try to apply me into it. I actually put up a barrier almost when I'm reading for Capricorn. I also do it for a few other signs that of people that I'm close to. When that stuff pops up, I have to like remove the ego of the situation with it. So, who's slowing their roll? It can be kind of creepy sometimes. It just happens. But no, like quick story. This is for Capricorn, by the way. A quick story. The last time I did a reading for myself, I pulled three cards because I needed clarity. I was going through so damn much, and I thought, hey, maybe. And I ended up with some cards that were like, and I was reading from a deck that I will not read for anybody from. Like that deck is so brutally damn honest every time I pick it up, and it is meant to make you just cry and hate yourself. Like that's all it does. And it is the oh, and I'm not even gonna remember the damn name off the top of my head. Deviant Moon. I have two of them. I have one that's not as mean, and then I have the mean one, and they are separate. One of them is borderless, and one of them has borders. So that's how I know which one's the mean one and which one's the nice one. Neither one of them are really like nice, but you know, just one is honest and like that Knight of Swords in reverse energy, and the other one's the Knight of Swords in the upright. But I pulled the Tower card, I pulled the Nine of Swords, and then I had like the King of Cups. Those three cards, right? And I will never forget them. I even wrote them down. Later that day, 3 hours later, I was told to go to the hospital to say goodbye to my father. And did my dad survive that? Yes, he did. But I literally watched my dad being sustained by machines, and like I kid you not, like literally 3 hours later I had that phone call. So I will not read for myself. And that's why. Because when I do, it's never a good time for me. So I just have learned, let the energies happen, let the universe do what it will for me, because my job is not to read for me. My gifts are not for me. I learned that a long time ago. My gifts do nothing for me. They are not for me. They are for others. And I keep it as such. Capricorn, here we go. Preservance, preservance, preservance. Temperance, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the underlying energy is the Queen of Cups. Okay, so having that complete emotional understanding. We talked about this. You know, she keeps her emotions in check. She knows why things happen emotionally, what triggers things, all that. She keeps that stuff really in check. So that's the type of underlying energy. Seven of Wands. Endurance, continuing onward from whatever held you back. Temperance is knowing that everything happens in accordance. It happens in the time that it needs to. It also is a big signifier of patience, having patience in a situation. Nine of Pentacles, so the messenger of slow and steady. When he's in the reverse, he's fast, and I just have to get it done. All right? It doesn't matter if the message came through properly. It is literally like, I got it out there, didn't I? Like that. So this is quite the opposite of temperance. It's like, you know, hey, balancing, learning that things happen in the divine timing, learning that things happen in proprietorship to what you know, put good out, get good in, that type of thing. This is like, okay, but I need to get this done right away. So temperance is kind of drawing into the center of these two energies. So with that Seven of Wands, meaning, you know, getting past the situation, getting past adversary, getting past everything, understanding that it needs to happen in divine timing. But as a typical Capricorn, we're like, all right, I've learned it, let's go. Instead of like, hey, slow down, partner, just like breathe a little bit. You went through some shit. It's like, no, 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 fuck it, let's go. Like, I can do this. Like that's typical Capricorn though. But that's what I'm seeing right here is like you're rushing, you overcame something and you're rushing to get, like excitingly get it done or get out there and be like, all right, I'm good. A Capricorn doesn't ever really like to lay down for too long. They don't like resting. If they could have their leg cut off, and a Capricorn's going to be like, it's okay. Just put a band-aid on it and give me a Tylenol. We'll be all right. Because they got to keep going. And if they've learned something new, oh, you better buckle the fuck up because a Capricorn's going to tell you all about it. They like, I've learned how to overcome this, so listen, let me holler at you. And they're going to try to guide you. They mean well. Don't get mad at a Capricorn. Some people don't like us, and I don't care. Because when we've learned something, we've gone through some shit, we don't want you to have to go through the same shit. We want you to understand that there's better, easier. Let us be the test pilot. Like, we can handle it. We want you to be like, look, this is the lesson that you're going to try to get out of it, but save yourself the heartache and do it this way so you can just get the lesson and not the heartache. But we have to remember, as Capricorns, the heartache was part of the lesson, and we have to let people do what they're going to do. But we're stubborn and we're like, just do it properly and you won't have to do it 900 fucking times. So to tell a Capricorn to calm down, wait, understand that everything, that's foreign fucking language to us. So right here, it's like, it's telling you the underlying energy is to understand your emotions, calm them down, get a grip, because I know you want to run forward with, newfound energies and newfound thoughts and newfound, fire and tenacity, and you really want to just ease up, let the process happen when it needs to happen, all right? So let's get you your oracle card. Capricorns. Alrighty. Message for Capricorn, please. All right. Look at that. As if I couldn't talk about a Capricorn any better. We don't always like to listen, okay? We like to know. We like to lead. We like to be the person that's like, I can do this, don't you? All right, that's cute. Thanks, Jen. I appreciate it. And still do the same thing we're told not to do. But see, what happens with Capricorns is they're like, okay, you said not to get up and run, but I got up and skipped instead. Does that count? That's the kind of stuff that happens. Let me get one more oracle card because it's Capricorn. Why not? Capricorn's good people, though. They'll make you some money. All right, which one of y'all out there being a hoochie? Which one of you giving it away? In other words, don't go out there and just throw yourself out there in something. That's hoeing it, right? Don't give it away. But, don't go out there too fiery and too fast because you don't want to be easy on something. All right? All right. Won't leave Capricorn with that because they're stubborn as hell sometimes. So, alrighty. Aquarius. Our wonderful Aquarian energy. I am loving how this deck just, how it just shuffles so eloquently. You're quick to becoming one of my favorite decks, aren't you? You and me are going to be... I used to love playing Monopoly. The game I hated playing was Life. Mostly because I always got all the shitty cards and I always had a horrible career. All kinds of stuff. And I was like, well... I'm having a shitty life right here. But see, Monopoly, that in my family, in my group zone, Monopoly was like a game that would go on for like 10 freaking years. It just went on forever because it's like somebody monopolized somebody's property, and then somebody went bankrupt and all. It kept going. They were like the longest games. And they don't play Monopoly with a Capricorn, okay? Because it's gonna go on forever. It's gonna go on forever. One more for Aquarius. And then we get all nasty competitive. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So I wouldn't suggest this deck to like necessarily a new or a beginning tarot reader or somebody really novice in it. But you know, for someone that's like intermediate that still likes to have keywords, um, this one's fun. And it does like let you guys kind of see what it is that I'm seeing without, you know, if you had this in conjunction with like the classic Rider White and pulled like the Eight of Pentacles here and the Eight of Pentacles, I might use this in my Teach Me How to Tarot. And having like that photo reference plus that you would get the understanding a lot more easier. I think that's my opinion. Everybody learns differently. So underlying energy is the Eight of Swords. It's that, once again, that imprisoned energy. The Eight of Swords is typically depicted with somebody feeling like they are surrounded by, you know, they're surrounded by swords. They're blindfolded. They're like stuck in that energy. All right. So they don't really have like, they feel like they can't have any resolve. All right. The Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. When the Eight of Pentacles is in the upright, that's a really proud worker that's working really hard, you know, really takes pride in it. He sits there and he can look at the fruits of his labor and everything. In the reverse, it's like I work hard and I'm not seeing the I'm not getting the appreciation for my work. I'm not finding pride in my work, that type of energy. The Page of Wands, so right here it's saying like, you know, the development of news and enthusiasm. When the Page of Wands is in the reverse, it's like it's still, there's still new development, but it's not happening fast. It's going to come in really, really, really slow. And because of that, you know, because that praise or that understanding of your work, you know, you're not receiving the reward. So you're getting that heavy burden. And that's probably why you're feeling really mentally stuck. Um, and that would be rightfully so. All right. You know, it's like I'm supposed to be getting like some reciprocation from this work, some compensation, and it's not happening very fast. And it's creating a issue for a specific group of Aquarians with, you know, obviously it's creating a burden, likely financial. And you're at a point where you're like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm just not making enough money. I'm not making enough of this. This situation is not providing to me. You know, if it's not a money situation, it's like I'm trying really hard at something that I'm not getting any recognition for, and it's just making shit a lot harder. So let's get that message from the Oracle cards for Aquarius. What is with this card popping out? I shuffle, I overhand shuffle, and it still pops out. It's telling you to think bigger. Let me get one more card. Okay, so you might be overthinking the situation. You might be making it way worse than what it actually is. Maybe you're like dwindling yourself down and you're not trying to hit, you're just trying to get to first base. You're not trying to hit a home run. All right. And that's kind of what I'm seeing. It's like, you know what? Maybe if you actually aimed higher, you'd get more, you know? That's what I'm seeing from that, Aquarius. Pisces is next. Our wonderful last sign of the zodiac that gets a little bit from each zodiac sign and therefore is always an emotional wreck most of the time. Let's get some Pisces energy into these cards and then get, will you stop sticking to one another? Don't do that. Clap back at me, cards. Alright, let's get some Pisces energy and Pisces reading going. There's one. Two. And three. Underlying energy, I have the Six of Pentacles. So something may be very reciprocal right now. So you might be a little bit in the sense of like, you know what? Instead of being equal and fair, I'm going to take what I need and I'll give you what's left over. Okay, that might be the underlying energy that's going on right here. Knight of Swords in the reverse. So, opportunity hasn't really come knocking, has it? Four of Wands, that's your joyous home. That's that one picture, that's that archway. Most people say it's, like it signifies marriage and things like that. But it just is ultimately joy. Happiness and joy coming together. But then you have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so somebody, I mean, are we on the pathway to be getting married? Is that what's going on for a specific Pisces? Or maybe that's what we were trying to accomplish and you're like, you know what? Maybe I'm not worthy of that opportunity, but that's BS because these would be in the reverse if that was true. Maybe you're feeling like life is not fair. That's what I'm getting. Like, life is not fair. I don't have these things that everybody else has. The thing is, that mentality, this mentality is what's keeping this away. So this is definitely, it's on the board. It's right freaking here, Pisces. Like, why are you complaining about it? Like, if you're not with somebody, then maybe you should go out and meet somebody. Like, if you sit at home playing Fortnite all fucking day, yeah, you're not gonna meet anybody. You're not gonna have, happiness. Like, nothing falls on your damn lap. I mean, what are you doing? If you're out there being a nasty asshole to everybody, who's gonna want to hang out with that? But there's somebody for everybody, so. But if you are married and you are with somebody and you're like, maybe this person isn't what I thought, maybe this isn't my happiness, maybe this situation, this could also be a passion, this could be a work related thing, maybe this isn't exactly what I thought it was. The thing is, it probably is. You're just coming at it at a viewpoint that is bringing negative towards you instead of feeding positive forward. Does that make sense? Let's get you an oracle card here. And you also have this here. You're going to have some change. So if you're waiting for this situation, it's coming. I told you it's coming. Remember me when this happens, okay? But, if you're looking for that change in situation, it's going to happen this year. Just put it into practice, put it in your head, put it into your focus, put it into your step every day. And guess what? You can change your stars, all right? You don't have to sit there in negative energy. If the world tells you you're only deserving of shit and horrible stuff, then you sit there and show it how fucking wrong it is. All right? Don't sit there in this stagnant, second guessing, questioning energy and then expect that amazing things are just going to show up. It don't really work that way. How it works is you tell the world, world, let me holler at you. You gave me some shit, but here, take that back. Take that back. This is mine, and this is how I'm living. All right. And guess what the universe does? It goes, oh, I'm sorry. Here's the. I'll take that. We'll return that. Void warranty, all that. Here you go. All right. That's the way that works. Okay. So I think all the messages for our 12 signs have come through. Hopefully those messages meant something to you. So, hi Ghost Pinky's Kitchen. So if you missed your signs reading, go ahead and hit that wonderful playback button. All 12 signs will be there. If you'd like to schedule a personal reading with me, all the information to do so is in the description box below. There's also some amazing channels that you can check out in the description box below. We're here. I'm here every Sunday at around 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I also do random live streams with different various signs, which I got to do later tonight. I got 4 more I got to do. I also am the co-host for Survival in Tea with Second Star Survival. So please make sure you grab up his channel and you can catch us on there on Sunday nights to the discretion of when we can do it because life is, crazy sometimes and both Matt and I work. So, it's not like it's supposed to be on Sundays, but it's Sundays like, kind of sporadically. At least for now. And what else? Anything else? Please make sure you're checking out Exploring with Fluffy. because he's got some videos coming up. They're in the process of being edited right now, and they'll be uploaded to the channel. And you want to check him out because you can also find me on his channel. Imagine that. Please make sure you check out the live stream from Tuesday nights live on location where I was reading tarot in the very haunted historic El Campo Santo Cemetery from Old Town San Diego. It was a lot of fun, a lot of interesting stuff happened. And I will see you all sometime between now and forever. And also, I want to make a huge shout out to my wonderful moderators who keep my channel and the chats popping, pushing, and moving forward in that wonderful positive light. Make sure you like this stream and leave a comment below. And I will see you guys later. Take care.